Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 2020 Toro TX1000 Dingo that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions, I'll get up close to everything, show you everything that I see, tell you everything that I know, then of course we'll fire it up, run it through its paces, show you that the pins are fairly tight up front, show you the hydraulics are strong, let you hear the engine. Drive it forward and backwards, turn it around. As always, if you are in the market for a used skid steer, a used piece of construction equipment, a used piece of ag equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for machines find our videos and find our machines, and we truly, truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one's a 2020 Toro Dingo TX1000. Stand on, it does have the sulky back there, front auxiliaries. This one is powered by the Kubota diesel engine. They're 24 horsepower, 1,000-pound lift capacity. This one has 634 hours. Here in a little bit, we'll fire it up, kind of show you that the pins up here are fairly tight. There's a little bit of play, nothing out of the ordinary, pretty tight. Hydraulics are nice and strong, as you can see here. Paint's decent, it does have some scuffs and scratches here in some spots. Nothing out of the ordinary. Sorry, trying to keep my shadow out of it here. The way the sun is here. That decal's peeled a little bit there, but everything looks pretty good on this arm. I don't see anything that's been cracked or welded or patched. Everything looks pretty solid here. Same thing down here. Everything looks pretty good. Down here to the undercarriage. Looking at the tracks on this side. Pretty doggone deep tread depth there. Lots of life left in those tracks. Sprockets are in good shape as well. Everything else down here looks to be in pretty good shape. As you can still see, it still retains, I'm going to say 85–90% of the black paint down here. Some scuffs and scratches here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary. It is a used machine. Looking back here on this corner back here, as you can see, kind of some scuffs. There's a little section here. It's kind of pulled back just a little bit there, you can see. And some scuffs and scratches there in the paint. Same thing down here, just a couple of scratches. That's kind of your tie down point for chaining it down on a trailer. So nothing out of the ordinary there. Coming around back here, that sulky's in good shape. Looking at the pads here, the knee pads. This one's starting to peel away a little bit here at the stitching on this side. Same thing down here on the bottom on that one. That top piece is pretty decent. One little bitty scuff right there. Coming around to this side, looking at this rear corner. Again, just some scuffs and scratches here in the paint. It's not a new machine. Same thing up here, that little corner there is kind of, this one's bent in rather than out like the other side was. Down here to the undercarriage, and actually back here, same thing down here, that little tie down. There's some scuffs and scratches in the paint there, right there where that little tie down is. Looking at the tracks and everything on this side, again, lots of depth there to those tracks. I don't notice any weather checking or anything really in the tracks. Everything looks good there. Sprockets on this side definitely have some life left in them. And then as I scoot back a little bit here, you can see on this side that rails and everything on this, the black paint still, like I said, probably 85–90% of that black paint still there on this side as well. And on the side of the frame, everything looks good there. Taking a look at the loader arm on this side, again, pretty decent paint. A couple little scuffs here and there. But as you can see, it's pretty bright, so pretty reflective. The decal's a little better on this side. This is the narrow track machine. They made these narrow and wide tracks. Front auxiliary hydraulics like we talked about. Come up here, taking a look at this bucket. Bucket looks pretty decent. I don't notice any big bows or anything. There's a little bit of cement still splattered there in the back and in those back corners. I don't notice any big bows or anything in the bucket though. No holes or anything like that. Bucket's in decent shape there. Front cylinder. Everything looks pretty good up here. These shields up here, everything looks pretty good there. Same thing with this one that goes down into the engine. Pop that open here and take a look down in the engine compartment. Kind of hard to do with one hand. go. I don't know how well you guys can see in there. It's a little hard. See if I can block the sun. Like we said, 24 horsepower Kubota diesel engine. I don't know how well you can see in there, but it's nice and clean, nice and dry. There's not a bunch of oil or diesel running down the side of the engine. As you can probably see pretty well there, the top's nice and clean. Hard for me to get down in here with this. Pretty good down here as well. Everything up here in the front looks good. Take a look up here at the controls. Steering, everything looks good on this side. Loader controls. Throttle there. 634 hours. As you can see, all the handles are good up here. A little bit of paint missing right here on this one, just where your hand and your arm rest when you're working. Nothing out of the ordinary, but everything's pretty good up here. All your decals are still very visible. Easy to see everything. Diesel fuel tank. All right, like I said, this one's a 2020 Toro Dingo TX1000. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. I'll get that hood shut. We'll fire it up. We'll get right into an operational video. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you.